We in the stew. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what to say right now. We are not done with the studio. We just got to finish it. It's going to be a minute, and we're just grateful to be here. Today's news is a little wild. I did not expect how today has gone. I fully expected us to be in the trial. I expected us to be going through this and be at this point already. So, with all that being said, we are in a work in progress. You guys are the first to see it. It is the bookshelf supposed to be right there, and it fell apart in the move, which is unfortunate. And yeah, so we're working on it. So what I want to do is talk a little bit more about what happened today. I did not go because I heard the news that she was not feeling well, so I did not know if it would happen today. I didn't think that that was honest. I don't know. Here's what it is. If she's sick, she's sick. That's just what it is. If that's the reality, then she's sick. There's nothing you can do about that. What I think is happening right now, in my personal opinion, is I think that she is just has a out right now to say, yes, I feel crappy, and it's going around the jail. And I think from what I understand, the wheelchair is a little excessive. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I think that's a little bit over the top. So what we're going to do, since I was not there, we are going to listen to a great reporter in Nate Eaton. He made a video about this. What we're going to do is listen to it react. He was there. Again, like I said, we're still moving in. We're still unpacking. We're in the new house. We're in the new studio. Like, we have a lot going on. So what we're going to do is listen to his video. He was there. I watched maybe the first 30 seconds and I thought, you know what? We'll talk about it. And we're going to get into it right now. So what we'll do is go to the channel real quick and let's see. I'm going to find it right now. There is a video right here. So due to her health, postponed. This is the video itself. We're going to pull this up. This looks like the worst quality on the planet Earth. And we're going to go for it.
I'm set for continuing jury selection, State of Arizona versus Lori Daybell, CR 2022-001242. Appearances, please.
Attorney Kay, on behalf of the state and for the record, the victim is in the victim room watching.
All right. Ms. Daybell?
No, in the courtroom, sorry.
Lori Daybell for the defense.
All right, are we ready to proceed with jury selection?
No,
Why not?
I'm sick, Your Honor. I've been sick all weekend. I let my team know yesterday I was sick.
Can you please pull the microphone a little closer?
Let me try to pull it up. You guys see it?
I'm sick. I've been sick.
Have you put in tank orders to get treatment?
Yes.
Are you being housed in the infirmary?
Nope, I'm housed where they put people in quarantine anyway. I'm housed alone. They would not move me from where I am.
Have they tested you for any communicable diseases?
No.
All right.
Well, here's what's interesting, and I'll just say this real quick while we're waiting for a sec. I think it'd be interesting if she was delaying because she's the one that wanted a speedy trial. So what is she delaying for if she is not sick? The wheelchair is wild, bro. I've had some horrible sicknesses in my life. I think I had E. coli when I was little. I mean, I had my appendix almost burst on me and I was hobbling around. So I don't know. I think the wheelchair is pretty over the top, to be honest with you.
You asked me to let my team know. I let them know yesterday at 9 a.m. that I was still very ill.
Sometimes we're in positions where we have to proceed when we feel under the weather.
It's not just under the weather. I'm very ill.
Very ill.
Do you have copies of tank orders you put in for treatment?
Not with me. I put it in on the tablet.
Was the DO able to check whether any tank orders were put in?
I can pull the other Judge, but I don't know when she put it in.
What's that?
I think the wheelchairs.
24 hours.
They haven't even answered my tank order yet. It takes them a long time.
She honestly sounds like she might be. It sounds kind of forced. Like, you know, like what's that poem? Peggy, whatever. Peggy Sue can't go to school today. She sounds a little bit like she's really pushing that narrative of not feeling good. I'm sick. I don't know. It sounds weird to me.
So what symptoms are you having?
I have a terrible headache. I have nausea. I have chills. I have a fever, probably. I haven't been able to keep very much down besides broth and oranges.
That would make sense too.
Would you be willing to have one of your advisory councils complete the 4-year process, jury selection?
Would that waive my ability to represent myself for the rest of the trial?
No.
Then can I have a moment to discuss with them for a second?
She sounds very forced.
A couple things. I'm your trial judge. My instructions are to complete your second trial. So even if for some reason your sickness worsened and we weren't able to complete this trial and had to declare a mistrial to this trial, even if this case got delayed into June or July or August to be reset, I'd still be your trial judge.
He's just trying to make sure she knows.
Additionally, last time we did jury selection in your first trial, as I recall, you asked between probably about 5 and 10 minutes of follow-up questions of the panel before we sat the jury.
Oranges and broth.
I only mentioned that in the context of not a lot of it is expected of you at this point in the trial.
Exactly.
Depending on how you're feeling later.
That one's good. Ashley, that's exactly right. They don't need to sleep either, but whatever.
We could talk about whether the opening statements would have to be further bumped to tomorrow. But I would like to keep this trial on track. So if you want a few minutes to talk to your advisory council, we can do that. Is there anything the state wants to put on the record before we do that?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to?
Yeah, that's a good point. I just saw someone say it. I'm sorry, I missed your chat. Not to make this about me by any means, but like not too long ago, I had walking pneumonia and I still never shut up. I mean, and that was I think that was honestly the most my body's ever felt. Like I couldn't move and I did not need a wheelchair to get around. So I think the wheelchair, whoever offered her a wheelchair, it might be on them, but to pull in on a wheelchair is like, you can't be that down.
Tank. All right, we'll recess for a few minutes.
All right.
Almost stood up. They said, all rise. I almost stood up quick.
All right, we're back on the record. State of Arizona versus Daybell, CR 2022-001242. The state is present. The defendant is present. Ms. Daybell.
I did discuss with my advisory council. They are not comfortable doing that. I do have a right to represent myself. I'm sorry that I'm sick. I did not plan on getting sick. I did not try to get sick.
Why don't you say you're sorry?
This isn't anything to do with anything other than the fact that I'm incapable of going forward and doing a good job representing myself. I've been incarcerated for over 5.5 years. I've only ever been sick one other time in the whole time I've been here.
All right. State one,
Judge, obviously, if the defendant is sick and she does have a right to represent herself, we understand that. The concern is the state does need a date certain when we're starting. I have witnesses that I rescheduled already once to fly in this week, assuming we were starting today. I obviously will need to reschedule them again. Can't keep rescheduling them every single day onto a new flight. So I am not sure how we want to proceed at this time. If we want to give the defendant a couple days, see if this jury is available to extend out to the 25th. I know we had originally talked about that, and begin on Wednesday. I don't know if she will feel better by then, but that's the only suggestion I have at this time, other than starting all over again at another date.
Is there a reason I couldn't proceed with some of the oral voir dire this morning? Because other than introducing herself, she wouldn't be expected to do anything this morning, and that way we can at least get rid of some of the jurors that, for whatever reason, would need to be excused.
Judge, my concern is she's in a wheelchair now.
Well, I would probably ask.
Come on, bro. It is ridiculous. Why the wheelchair? Seriously. Like, it's so disrespectful too, because a wheelchair is obviously for someone who needs a wheelchair. Being nauseous does not warrant a wheelchair. I mean, come on, bro. Like, the drama is so high on this woman. Will do it's just antics.
To have her sit in a regular seat and not be
Why
in a
a
wheelchair
wheelchair?
that says MCSO
Why?
across the back of it.
I am just not capable of going or even sitting here. I need to be laying down. I need to be getting better so that I can go forward and actually represent myself. I hope that I feel better this week and we can go forward. I can't give you any promises. I can't control any of this.
I wouldn't know what to say. Thank you, JS. New studio, guys. She sounds sick, but it's hard when you're this much of a faker in so many ways, and you're also wheeled in. That is just seems very, very dramatic.
All right, I'll take the state's suggestion and try to salvage this jury in this trial. I'm sure these jurors are going to be none too happy coming down today again for a dry run.
Judge, I do have one other. I don't know if we're able to, and I understand this is Judge Kemp's courtroom. We can start earlier for the rest of the week and next week at 10. Maybe take an hour for lunch. It's just ways to try to.
Yeah, I would be willing to do that. So for Friday, I have nothing else, and Judge Kemp has nothing. We could start at 9 on Friday.
I know we have at least one juror that we will have to excuse who was going camping.
Oh, that's a good
Friday.
point.
Juror number 4, I think.
Yeah.
Might be true.
My schedule, we could start at 10 on Wednesday, let me check Judge Kemp's courtroom schedule.
We're all here because of her. We're all waiting to go to trial because of her. And now she gets to delay it. And now it just gets pushed out more. And I think it's just obviously beyond frustrating because I think a part of us just
I
wants
think he looks like he'll be done by 9:30 at the latest. So I think we'd be safe on telling the jurors to come back 10 a.m. Wednesday, get the jury picked, opening statements done.
So Wednesday, it's Monday.
All right, I think I do need to bring the jurors in to tell them something. So can we have Ms. Daybell sit in a regular chair and not, and bring the wheelchair out into the hallway?
This is
I don't
dramatic,
think I
bro.
can even sit here. I need to go lay down. I don't understand. I don't think, last time you said it was going to be 15 minutes, it was an hour and a half where I was sitting here trying not to throw up on TV in front of the jurors.
Which maybe we could, all of us leave and they could come in and just speak with you.
That's fine.
I've had that happen before where none of the parties are here and the court just advises that we're unable to.
Okay.
You know, I don't know about you rescheduling this on for Wednesday. It puts a lot of pressure on me to be better and ready for Wednesday. And if I'm not, I don't like to disappoint people. I don't like putting people out of their way, all the jurors and all these things.
You don't like to disappoint people? Are you kidding me? You don't like to disappoint people? Too late. Stop acting like you have no idea why you're here. Stop acting like you are the same person you were before. That's total BS. And how can you possibly sit there and say, I don't like to disappoint people? Or do you not know why you're sitting there? You tried to kill people. And you did kill people. But you don't like to disappoint them? Are you kidding me? Holy crap. You don't like to make them feel uncomfortable, but you'll murder your own family members. Okay.
The pressure is on me. That's not going to help me get any better anytime soon.
She's crying.
What is your suggestion?
I don't know, but I'm saying if I were, so tomorrow, if I'm not better and I let my team know, are you going to drag me in here like you did today with the team that came to get me? Do you know they felt so sorry for me to have to get dragged out
Oh,
of
they
bed
felt
to
so
bring-
sorry for you. Bro, come on now. Look, we're all human beings here. We could all feel for somebody. In this situation, in this specific situation, to try to say some of that stuff is just ridiculous. And there's no way you're at a point where you cannot function this much. We've probably all had horrible flus. I've had some horrible flus. I've had COVID. Like I've had some stuff that has floored me. I get it. But to be able to sit there and say the team felt so bad for me and they feel horrible for me. Come on now.
Be here?
What are you trying to
Yeah,
prove?
the answer is yes. I probably will order that you be here Wednesday. We'll take tomorrow off. Because I need to confirm how you're feeling. You because you represent yourself, no one else can waive your own appearance.
You're welcome to come over to the jail and come to my cell and see how I'm doing in there.
All right.
Okay. Are you serious? What a stupid, you say some stupid crap, don't you?
I'll take a pass on that. All right.
How do you know what? This is why I tell you guys this all the time. This is what I grew up with, bro. This is exactly what I grew up with, where I just rub my head and wonder to myself, do you understand that's the kind of crap she said to me all the time? This is the kind of responses you would get. I'm going to order you to be here. You're in the middle of a trial. We're trying to murder someone. You already have gotten convicted of all these things. And now you're trying to get out of it. And then she goes, you're welcome to come check on me in my cell. And I'm going to take a pass on that. I don't even know if he knows he's funny.
With the consent of the parties, then we'll have the parties exit I'm going to tell the jury we're going to try to get this done on Wednesday. Obviously, that depends on whether the defendant's feeling better or not. We will,
Exactly. You can't play the
I'll
game.
tell them to be here ready to go at 10 a.m. Wednesday unless they hear something else. So I'll go ahead and ask the parties to exit. We'll keep the FTR running for the.
My gosh. Well, guys, that was unexpected. I did not know that they posted it yet. We were going to watch Nate talk about it. I'm glad that it got posted. What do you guys think? Because you guys know what I think. Been wondering when this was going to start, how this was going to go. I was going to show up at some point this week. Just been trying to wait for it. But when I heard that she was sick the other day, I just didn't know how it was going to go. So I think honestly, and I like, again, just reiterating, the freaking feel sorry for me. It's so old and it's so dry. And I just don't think anybody has the time for it. What I don't like here again is we all have to wait for you. We're only at trial because you refuse to admit anything. So we're all here anyway on your behalf because you just want to fight it. You want to represent yourself. And now you want everybody to feel bad for you because you want to say that how horrible the team felt for pulling you into the courtroom today. You start crying in front of the judge. You start talking about how you've been in there for 5 years, which isn't relevant. And you just can't get over the fact that people don't feel bad for you. And again, all human beings, we have a soft side, and even especially me, and even I just don't, come on. I just don't understand how you can sit there and feel bad for yourself right now. It's going to take a few days. The trial's not going to be long. And then it's over. So you're not wrong. She needs this. She needs to be able to have to face someone she tried to take their life. We talked about this a couple of videos ago. It's utterly ridiculous that we're even sitting in this position. You know, the more that I've done historical studies and stuff like that, it makes me realize just how actually insane this is and how the volume of what's happened with my family and how many people are involved is very, very unlike anything else. And she's just finds. I'm not surprised that she's going to try to delay it, even though she wanted it fast. She wanted a speedy trial. Now she wants to delay it. We're going to go back and forth. Eventually, this is going to happen. She's going to sit there and she's going to represent herself. I think that it's utterly ridiculous, and I don't feel bad for her sitting there telling the judge to come check on her in the cell and come do all these ridiculous things. I think that is just, you got to give the judge credit. We're always going to give him credit. First of all, he's so funny. And secondly, the quips are so great. I love it. Studio is different, guys. We moved. We're here. It's a new studio. It's a work in progress. You guys are seeing the first phase. Got a new desk, new chair, and the hookah of everything. We got a lot going on. So we got a new everything. You got, BCJ's got his own spot over here. We're just trying to get set up still. So this is the studio room. This is what you'll be seeing from now on. We're a work in progress. So I'm excited about that. It's hard to not laugh. I can't help it. It's hard to not laugh at their interactions. It's like an adult and a child. It's like a teacher and a student, something like that, where it's just so utterly, the things that are being said are so ridiculous. It's hard not to laugh at how dumb the stuff that comes out of her mouth is. So what we'll be doing since it's going to come down to Wednesday now, we'll see if that even happens. What we're going to do is probably watch it together. I've been planning on just sitting here, us watching it from beginning to end. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if it actually happens on Wednesday, if they're going to force her to be there or not. Sounds like she has to show up on Wednesday no matter what. We'll see if she makes herself throw up so she can leave the courtroom for whatever reason. It could, and my last thought that I'll give you, it could possibly be that because this is going to be over for real, she doesn't have much more time. She doesn't get to be her own lawyer. She doesn't get the benefits of being her own lawyer. She knows that she's going back to Idaho. It really does feel like she could possibly be delaying this because it's the end. It's the end of it all. She's going to go through this, then she goes to sentencing for both, and that's it. There's nothing left after that. So if there's any reason why she's delaying it herself, is just to make this last a little longer. And maybe she actually had a realization at some point that this is the end. So I think that's the only logical thing I could think of. The word logic doesn't apply to her much right now. But I will say that there's definitely, some kind of backward reasoning there, or background reasoning there. If she's sick, she's sick. But I think even if she is sick, she's going to try to push it out. And I don't know what she's doing all day. I don't know what she's thinking all day. I do know that she has to feel the weight of this being over deep down. And again, we talked about this in the other video. She's never had to deal with someone who was directly affected by it. She's never had someone testify who was, let's use, the word on her table. And so that maybe is scary for her, but she needs that. And we know that Brandon is going to be speaking for himself here. We know that she has to face someone face to face that she tried to take their life. So who knows what she's thinking? And I'm not even going to try to go down that rabbit hole because we'll never get out. So with all that being said, I love you guys. Welcome to the new studio. Again, this week I will keep you up to date as we get more details. What's going on here? Praying for Brandon, praying that he gets the justice he deserves. I hope that this process goes smoothly as possible. It's not easy. It's not fun, but I'm praying that after this whole being sick thing, that she's going to just allow this to happen and be done with it and let everybody move on. Let everybody feel better and heal and get to a better place. So with that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I will keep you up to date on the community tab. I've also been posting on X, so if you want to follow over there, I will be posting just little moments and thoughts over there as well. So appreciate you guys. Love you and have a good rest of your day.